What's up, y'all? This is Hussein Nasser from iGeometry, and today we will learn how to install a web server to serve your HTTP static pages. So I picked up Node.js as a web server because it's the simplest to install, really, and it has a lot of other functionality. But we're gonna use it today just to serve HTML pages. All right, so you can use it obviously to do much more work. But today we're gonna learn how to set up Node.js in your Mac or Windows. I'm using Mac today, but it's the same exact. Hopefully, it's just there is like small differences, but shouldn't be that much of a difference. So after this video, you'll learn how to basically set up a web server so you can put your HTML pages, JavaScript code into this web server and access this web server from multiple devices like your mobile phone. So you're making your laptop, PC, or Mac into a web server. So what will happen here is you will get an address, http slash slash computer name, then port, and then slash index.html or ig.file.html, whatever you want there, right? And then you will, if you're linked to the Wi-Fi, you can just use your mobile phone, visit the same exact page, and you consume that. This is really cool if you're like doing something internally, right? I built a Raspberry Pi web server, and I had like Node.js running on the Pi, and that Node.js was controlling that Pi to actually control a motor, which then I turned into effectively a robot. So from my mobile phone, from my phone, I used this. I connected to the Pi, which is effectively a web server. Was literally Raspberry Pi, HTTP Raspberry Pi. That was the name of the Pi itself, and then slash. I don't remember. It's just like um, robot.html, I think. And then a page popped up on my phone because I'm connected to the Pi, which is a web server. And then I was able to I had three buttons, and if I click a button, turn right, the Pi will actually rotate into the right, and if I click another button, we'll rotate to the left. So it was like a cool control over Wi-Fi, but it's effectively a web server. Lots of talk. I'm sorry. No, I just babble a lot, but that's one of the benefits of the web server. And we're gonna use this video for as a reference for a lot of other stuff. All right, let's get started. Okay, so to install Node.js as a web server, just install on your machine, you'll obviously need a computer, and whatever you're gonna install, this will become your web server. All right, so head to nodejs.org, and then you'll be prompted with two options: the long-term support or the current if you're feeling risky, right? This is like the current development and the current daily or the currently developed the Node.js that the developer is maintaining. But this is like the most suitable one, right? This has most features, but we're good with this. This is more than enough, right? So let's go ahead and download that. You're gonna get a prompt, nothing fancy here. All right, so we just downloaded Node.js. Let's go ahead and just install it. Nothing fancy here. Just go ahead and accept, agree. Yes, go ahead and format my machine. All right, yep. Share all my personal information with whoever on this. Yep, why not? Yep, move to trash. Just this is the actual installation, so you can keep it if you want. All right, and installed. The moment you do this, all right, now the command line stuff has been installed. So next step is to either, I think if I do Control T, nope, Control T, you find your command, your terminal. Find your terminal. Either go to Launchpad or just type terminal. I have it as a shortcut. And the next thing we want to do is, if I remember that correctly, is to install the actual, remember, with Node, we get something called the Node Package Manager. And this is a very useful tool, right? And it's like it's the center to install other platforms and packages. And one of the packages that we want to install on top of Node is something called HTTP server, which is the web server, right? As this name indicates. All right, so let's go ahead and do sudo npm install HTTP server. I don't quite remember that. I think that's the one. All right, just like that, we have installed HTTP server. All right, now that we installed the HTTP server module, all we have to do is actually, we'll go to this. We have it installed in this directory. So before you install HTTP server, make sure you are in a directory that you're comfortable with, right? So once you install that, node.modules will be created for you. So let's go ahead and go there, and then we'll go a little deeper, HTTP server, and we'll go a little deeper into bin, and we're gonna find a file here called http-server. And what we're gonna do is literally say node space http-server and then run. And just like that, we have a web server running. But let's cancel here. And the reason here is like I cancels, I want to actually serve something so it actually makes sense, right? So it clearly says, hey, I am running on this portal. So if you have the IP address, also you can use the machine name and that will work too. So use that IP and you literally navigate from your phone and you'll be able to serve that content. So let's go ahead and just create some sample page here. Let's go to a page called ig.html, and then it's been a while since I used VI, so bear with me. Hello world, just a little quick HTML page here. All right, let's just make this bigger. That's what she said. Also full. And then do that, right? And just like that, we have a HTML page. So what we're gonna do here is node http-server, and then there's a dot, which means run that server in this current directory, right? That's very important because I want this directory to be the root of my server, right? So let's go ahead and do that. And then now if I literally go to a new page and I say http, and then I say localhost, and then say 8080, all right, you can see all the previous stuff that I did. And you say HTML, and we can see the hello world. Another thing you can do is 127.0.0.1. That's another way of doing things. Another thing is, not sure if that will work or not, but we can try. You can use the, oh, I canceled that. All right, sorry. How do you copy, man? You copy, because I can't remember that long IP address. That did not seem to work. Yeah, forgot. That works too. Whatever works. So 192.168.254.10 is my IP address in this case. Go ahead and hack me. All right, and yeah, look at that. And you can also use the machine name. That's another way. All right, let's just do the host name. Not 100% sure, but let's give it a shot. Give it a shot, man. Oh, did that work? Did that work? It worked, man. Look at that frontier. You can all tell that I have frontier. I have no idea why I keep adding this domain, right? Can I just do Hussein Mac? That's my Mac, right? Oh, that works too. That's sweet. Hussein Mac. So we found like multiple ways of doing that. So if you want to visit this page from your mobile, maybe I'll show it. I don't know. If you want to visit that page from your mobile phone, make sure you're connected to the same Wi-Fi, obviously. And then once you do that, you have to use either this or the IP address. I think I overrode this. Don't use 127 because it won't work. 127 or localhost is actually try to connect to the same server. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. This will be a reference for a lot of other videos that I'm planning to make, and it's very important to set up a web server because we're gonna use that in building our next episode. It's a secret. All right. All right, guys. So this is a test of what we just built. You can see the screen. So we'll try to connect to the web server that we just built and from the mobile phone, right? So if we remember, hopefully I can get this right. Right, if we remember, my server was Hussein Mac and then colon 8080 and then we'll do a slash and then ig.html, and just like that we've seen where is it? There you go. So that's exactly how we basically consume the static web pages from a web server. And that's Masashi, my robot that I told you about. So that's actually a Raspberry Pi, and it's connected to some motor, and it's fully functional. But I won't show you anything now. I just need the batteries. All right, guys. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Goodbye.